Okay, let's talk about Carter Efe. The internet is going crazy trying to figure out one thing. Just how much is he really worth? Well, today, we're going to dig into the numbers and solve that mystery once and for all.
So let's just jump right in. Why is everyone so obsessed with this? Honestly, it's because the numbers you see online, they're all over the map, and we're about to figure out exactly why.
Do a quick search and you'll see what I'm talking about. On one hand, you've got most people saying it's around 100,000 bucks. But then you see these other claims, some saying it's way over 300,000. That's a massive gap. So, what's the real story here?
And that right there, that's what we're calling the Carter Efe mystery. So, let's put on our detective hats. We're going to break down exactly where his cash comes from, figure out why those numbers are so different, and finally land on an estimate we can actually trust.
But hey, before we start counting the money, let's do a quick intro for anyone who might not know. We're talking about Carter Efe, whose real name is Oderhowo Joseph Efe. This guy is a total powerhouse, a comedian, a skit maker, a singer, who basically built his entire empire from scratch, all online.
So how in the world did he pull it off? Seriously, his journey is like a masterclass in how to get famous today. Let's take a look at his rise from making simple skits to becoming a full-blown star.
Yeah, his whole playbook is completely modern. He didn't bother with the old gatekeepers, TV networks or big record labels. Nope. He just started making funny skits on Instagram. He was super consistent, built a massive following, and then, and this was a brilliant move, he jumped into music. His entire career is built on the back of these digital platforms. That's where he found his audience, and that audience is what started bringing in the money.
Okay, so we've got the audience. Now, it's time to follow the money. We're going to break down his 5 main income streams to see how he turns all those likes and views into actual, wealth. And it all started with this. Source number 1, his comedy skits and content. This is the bedrock of the entire Carter Efe brand, the stuff that made everyone pay attention in the first place.
This guy is everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and he's pulling in millions and millions of views. That level of engagement? It's like a giant magnet for money. It pulls in brands, sponsors, and lets him make cash directly from the platforms. This right here was the engine that got the whole thing started.
All right, so once that engine was running, he made his next big move. Income stream number 2, music and royalties. And let me tell you, this was an absolute game changer. It took his earning potential to a whole new level.
See, he didn't just put out a few songs. He dropped viral hits. And when you do that, it opens up all these new ways to make money. We're talking cash from every single stream on Spotify and Apple Music, royalties when its songs get played on the radio, and of course, money from live shows. It's a classic creator move, right? You build your fame online, then use it as a launchpad to get into the mainstream. That's how you seriously diversify your income.
Okay, now we're getting into the part where his fame really turns into a business. The next 3 income streams are all powered by his personal brand. Let's just call it the brand engine. And this right here gives you a perfect picture of how it all works together. Just look at that huge chunk coming from brand deals and his work as an influencer. When you've got an audience his size, brands will pay top dollar. Then you layer on the YouTube money, the music royalties, the comedy content, and what you get is a really smart, well-diversified money-making machine.
All right, we've seen all the ways the money flows in. So now it's time, let's put all these pieces together and finally, get to the bottom of this. It's time to solve the net worth.
But this brings us right back to our original question, doesn't it? If he's making money from all these different places, why is it so hard to get a straight answer? Why are the numbers all over the place?
Well, the answer really boils down to 2 things: privacy and, let's say, unpredictability. Think about it. First off, those big brand deals, they're private contracts. Nobody knows the real numbers except him and his team, so everyone else is just guessing. Second, a creator's income isn't like a steady paycheck, right? One viral hit can cause this huge spike in cash that makes the yearly average look kind of weird. Then you've got the whole asset question. Are we counting his cars and house, or just the money in the bank? Different people count it differently. And maybe the biggest reason of all, the real numbers from YouTube and Spotify, that stuff is totally private. It's a black box. So without that data, any estimate is really just an educated guess.
So, keeping all of that in mind, after we've dug through all of the evidence, looked at the credible sources, what's the verdict? What's the number? Okay, here it is. The most realistic, most credible estimate for Carter Efe's net worth puts him somewhere in the range of $100,000 to $200,000 US. Yeah,
Those bigger numbers are floating around out there, but this is the range that most industry experts keep coming back to. But you know, this whole thing is about so much more than just a dollar amount. His story is basically the perfect blueprint for modern creators. It's a whole new way to think about success in the entertainment world.
And listen, that $100,000 to $200,000 figure, that's just a snapshot of right now. His base fan is blowing up, more and more advertising money is moving to digital creators like him, and he could drop another hit song or land an international deal any day now. His net worth is pretty much guaranteed to keep climbing.
So what can we all learn from his story? Well, 4 big things. Lesson 1, consistency is everything. He showed up every single day. Lesson 2, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversifying your income is key. Lesson 3, creativity, when you're smart about it, can make you wealthy. And lesson 4, and this is a big one, being a social media creator isn't a joke. It's a real career path, and it can be a very profitable one.
And all of this leaves us with one last big idea to chew on. Carter Efe's success story is a huge symbol for our digital world, and it really makes you wonder, is this it? Is this the new roadmap to wealth and fame for a whole generation? Definitely something to think about.